Okay, what we got today here is I've got Rebel Kevin online. He's a member of my team, the Patriots. He's our sniper on the team. Also has an M4, but he primarily uses his sniper rifle. We're going to be talking to him today. So, first question is, how'd you get started in airsoft?
I'll start it with me and my buddy Corey. We wanted to do something, and our high school was doing a thing for like they got like doing a paintball trip and everything. So we never went with them, but we started buying paintball guns and we started playing each other and then trying to get a couple more people. But then found out nobody really plays paintball around here. So then Corey found airsoft and we started playing, and more people started playing, and eventually we started our own team and hooked up with the Patriots a few times and that. So
How long had you been on the team before you started coming up the house to the field here? Because that was back in 2008 when I started the field. So the field
yeah,
was going with the buildings like 2009. I have pictures of your team, the Rebels, there at
yeah.
2009. So how long before that had you joined?
I think I think it was about 2007, 2008 when we started, like actually as a team. Because I remember I think I just graduated high school and I was out of high school, so I started playing with seniors at 08 a lot. So I think it was around 2007, 2008.
Right. So you got at least 10, well, 12 years, 12,
Yeah.
14 years in too, like me. So it's doing good. Now,
Yep.
tell us about your primary loadout, what you got as far as weapons. Start off with your sniper rifle.
Well, the sniper I'm using now is a Well NB06. Keeper, you help me upgrade it to what it is now. Actually, the first one broke, which I was upset about.
Yeah.
But then we got the green one, then we switched the internals out from the black one to the green one, and it's working great.
And you've actually bought a second version of your rifle, like a tan one too.
Yeah, I bought a tan one just in case if the green one broke, because the the green one was, I believe, out of stock at the time. There was no black ones, and there was a tan one. There was only like a little bit left in stock, so I just pulled the trigger. I meant to keep it just as a backup, so I'll leave it in the box in my attic or somewhere. But then, of course, you talked me into playing with it.
Well, the main sniper rifle you have, the green one, that shoots like a little under 500 with two O's, which is
Yep.
like I think it was shooting like 2.1, 2.2 joules,
It
right?
it was way under a lot of the field requirements, though.
Okay, might have been 2.1, I think. But
Yeah.
your other one is like shooting 1.86 under 1.86.
Yeah.
So it's like legal everywhere with like no engagement distance too.
Yeah. Like the tan one, my second one. I don't think we did any internal upgrades to it. I think you just right out the box and
Well,
just
the
the
only
top
thing I did
mod.
was I think the only thing I did was put the six, or no, there was four barrel spacers. I put two together and taped on either side, so the four of them were like all mashed in the front anyway. So I
Yeah.
just spread them out and taped them up so they stay in the center. But other than that, I think that's, and the top dead center mods we did on
Yeah.
it.
I think that's it. I think it shoots probably just as far as the green one. It's surprising.
And what weight BBs are you using?
.43s.
Good man. Now you have another weapon too that you can fall back on too, an M4.
Yeah, it was a KWA Mod 2 at the time when I bought it. And, you know, it was no good until you talked me into upgrading that. And
I
now
see a
that's like
pattern
a,
here.
yeah, so now that's like a mini sniper rifle too, a battery powered sniper rifle. But yeah, I usually use that for, well, like my last backup.
The last stand if the other two break, right?
Yep.
Now, do you have a sidearm?
I have four pistols.
Okay.
Uh, three of them are the AEPs, and one is a CO2.
Now I know the one that you have is a GFA P13. That's the Crossman one, right? And then
The CO2 one?
no, that's the one AEP.
Okay.
Then you have a an M9, or do you have something or a 1911 version?
I have a 1911 version because that was the only one I was able to find at the time.
Okay, and then you have a CM30 as well.
Yep.
And the gun that you CO2 that you have is a Baby Desert Eagle CO2.
Yep.
I forget who makes that. That the funny story about that is I won that on a trifecta airsoft, and I gave it to you because I really didn't
Yep.
need another pistol. So
Yeah. Now I have four.
but like the primary, like your primary role that you're looking at doing a lot of is being a sniper, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know a couple of fields that we go to, they require a sniper to have a secondary of some kind, pistol, whatever, to engage under 100 feet, which most of
Yep.
the engagements for sniper rifles is a medium engagement distance.
Yep.
So, uh, so one of the questions I got for you is why sniping? Why did you get into sniping?
Well, funny story. When I first started, I always wanted to be like that guy that was up front in the action. Not afraid of anything. Just over the years, I've been doing the same thing, same thing. It is fun. Don't get me wrong. And there's times where I'll pull my pistol on out and just go barreling right into a building. But I just think that sniping is just another challenge that I want to try. Uh, I think I'm pretty good at explaining things to my teammates to like what's going on, where to go, stuff like that.
Sort of like a
Uh,
forward recon type deal.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, I know I'm not perfect at it, and every time we play, I train at it, and I feel like I'm slowly getting better.
Now, you don't wear a ghillie suit, do you?
No, not at all. I just wear camouflage. Sometimes the BDU jacket. During the summer, I just wear a t-shirt, and that's it.
Yeah, so you have no special setup camo. I know you do have like a mesh on your helmet, like a woodland, woody type thing that you put on your helmet. That's the only other thing
Yeah,
that you have.
yeah. I got that. I found it on Amazon, and I got that because a lot of people told me that like my helmet is flat black, but has that little gloss to it, and that really sticks out. So I was like, this is something that's not really gonna break the bank or really hide like super hide me, but it is just enough just to break it up.
Now, I know you primarily used the CO2 when you got it, pistol, but now you're using the AEPs primarily, right?
Yeah,
Um, how do you like those being a sniper?
I like the AEPs a lot because the shots are a lot more consistent every time. You don't have to worry about fumbling around changing to CO2. Uh, I just think it's a lot lighter to me, and I go pull it out a little faster. But that's probably just me.
Might be a little bit more of a challenge because they are lower FPS, correct?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you don't need your sidearm to shoot 100 feet. You're only shooting like what from person to
50 feet,
10,
60
20 feet
feet.
away.
Yeah.
So
So, like, I know, like, the pair of us, go to, like, a lot of open plays.
yeah,
We haven't actually gone to a big event as snipers. And the reason I say us as snipers is because I am actually moving more into that role myself with the two rifles that I got going for light stuff. Um, your rifles, though, the Well MB06, are a lot quieter than mine, of course.
oh yeah,
And I think you do very well at sniping.
oh
Okay,
thank you.
like as someone that's seen other people sniping and all these guys put on these big ghillie suits and stuff like that. That's cool and all that, but it's like I see you hide by a tree, and I miss you. I can't see you. You know. So
what? Which one thing reminded me that we were talking about, like, now we're ghillies or nothing. We were at EMR one time and we were playing Manhunt, and I was just wearing the digital subdued camouflage, and I was wearing my rig and everything, and no one found me, and I was just laying down next to a wall.
I remember
So
that.
yeah, so it's like you don't need to wear a ghillie suit to hide. You just gotta find the right spot.
Yep. Now, you're part of our team called the Patriots, which their camo is digital subdued. But
Yep.
what's some of your other camos that you like to wear, like when we go different places and stuff like that?
I absolutely love the Tiger Stripe camouflage. Yes, it was my team's camouflage before I joined the Patriots, but it's just like any other camouflage. You gotta find that right spot to use it. And I think Keeper, you knew too years ago when we played. Like we always, a couple of us just always disappeared.
Now,
And
I like the desert myself, the digital desert
oh
that I have. But
yeah,
you have is yours like the 3 color desert? I'm trying to remember.
uh, yeah, my desert is three color. It's tan, white, green.
But
Oh, sorry, and a little and brown too in it. A little bit
yours
brown.
isn't digital though, is it?
No, mine's just regular desert tiger stripe.
Well, see, mine is digital desert, and I have the
Yeah.
little blocks and shit in mine. So I really think in a fall environment
Yep.
with leaves and stuff, that's like phenomenal
Oh yeah.
camo. And as far as your tiger stripe, I've seen you disappear standing next to a wall and a tree. So I'm like, I know that works. You know, it's
Yeah.
really good. Think of it as too, like we've worn black, all black too. I've worn like jeans the one time to go like play at an open play and got
Yeah.
lost. I remember even playing with an orange shirt on, which like was funny too. But
Yeah.
it's it's a really good camouflage set between the digital subdued, the tiger stripe, and the desert. Whether it's 3 color or digital, that's
Yeah.
like that covers everything from like spring, summer, fall. The only problem I see is winter with snow.
Yeah. Like I do have two different types of I call it winter snow tiger stripe. One is just the urban one, which I wore for the first couple of trainings, so I could kind of match with you guys.
Yeah.
And the other one is actually has it's white, green, and brown mixed in, which I still want to wear when training if there's snow on the ground.
Is that just a top, or is that a top and a pair of pants?
The top is more all color. The pants it has like big black like paddings, knee paddings on the front because it's a paintball camo.
Okay.
So I still want to wear it. I still want to see how well it works. But who knows? Maybe next month.
Yeah. We're hoping if the snow like melts a little bit because there's quite a bit of snow out here.
Yeah.
Um, Now, living in Pennsylvania, we're from northeastern Pennsylvania. In case anybody's watching this and they don't know, right now we're in a cold freeze with about 4 inches of snow on the ground. They're calling for more snow in 2 days. And what do you think about playing in the snow, airsoft wise?
I think it's a blast. Like it's a totally different element to the whole playing because now you've got to be a lot more cautious on where you're stepping and what kind of noise you're making. But then after you play for a while, then everything's just flattened out. Then you just go for it.
The only thing I notice is like the BBs, you lose them in the
Oh yeah,
snow over distance. Um, and I've had some bad experiences in the snow, like breaking my leg and stuff like that. So I'm not a big snow person, but I really do like having a lot of fun in the snow. It puts a whole new dynamic on
yeah,
like any field that you go to, and I'd like to be able to try, going to other places pretty soon too.
yeah.
Now, one of the primary fields that we go to, besides coming out my house to my field, is we go to a EMR event park in New Milford. We go to a lot of open plays there, and they do have some events there. And we also went to another field called OXL. It's I forget what the initials mean, but that was in Linglestown, Pennsylvania. That's about an hour 45 minutes away. There's a field in New York, which is 2 hours and 10 minutes away. And then just about everything else is 2+ hours, 2.5 hours away from us. Now, I know you're going to say your favorite field is EMR because you have a lot of fun there. Tell us why. That's a good reason. Tell us why you think EMR is a good field.
To me, EMR is a good field because from the owner to like the refs, they're just great people. Like you go there, you can have a conversation with them, and you know you just have a good time with them. And I never see them really yell at anybody for like something small, like some other fields. But to me, it's just great people. That's why I really like going there.
Now, we actually went to OXL, Linglestown, a couple of times. It's a decent place, large
Yeah,
fields. It's just more geared with paintball refs. I think it was just like we didn't play with the right crowds, I guess, or whatever. But that was like an hour 45 minutes from us.
yeah.
Now,
Like
have you ever been to Zulu 24 in New York?
I have not.
Okay. That one I've been to, and I mean, you got to bring your legs. It seems like they're uphills and downhills are both uphill. I don't know why, but anyway, that's 2 hours 10 minutes away. All the other fields like Ambush, Poco Loco are also like 2 hours 15 minutes away. There are a couple fields that we've got invites to. One out in the center of the state, which is like 3.5 hours away. Another one that's 2 hours and 45 minutes down south, which is Warzone. I'm getting invites all the time from there, and I actually had a guy that said, why you guys come out to Ohio? That's like an 8 hour drive. So I don't know about that. But
If I had a lot of time on my hands, I would go.
now, what's the maximum distance that you would go if you had, like, say, a buddy or two with you, which would
I would
probably be
say
me or some Chip or somebody?
I would say probably max would probably be like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Because there's not really many places around here, and I'd love to go actually to Zulu and actually experience that and see how that really is.
Now, this Warzone, um, it's closer to like 3 hours almost because it's like southern New Jersey. So I know it's 2.5 hours to a certain point, and then it's like a little bit more. So it's like 3 hours drive on that. Now, supposedly a good field, stuff like that. Would you be willing to go 3 hours to go try a field to see how it is, just for the hell of it?
Yeah, why not? It won't hurt to try, right?
Because there are a lot of fields in southern New Jersey, Soft Air, Frontier Fortress, Warzone, a couple other ones that like I have seen pop up uh, that are getting some good press because there's really not a lot in northeastern Pennsylvania. Now, out the center of the state, like going out that way, there are a couple fields out there, and western Pennsylvania seems to have a pretty good scattering of fields. And I have no idea about Ohio. I got invited out there, and I don't know about how it is, but I think like having a paintball field in the area like EMR is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I have a lot of fun when I go there. There's no pressure either to
No,
to
not at
do it,
all.
and I think that's the big thing. And it's geared more toward family, like
Yeah,
and like new players. They're not going for hardcore players. Although he said he would do an adult day if we really wanted it, where you could go full auto and do all everything else about that. Now
yeah.
that's one of the things that I want to ask you about. Now, when you go to a field, if they're allowing full auto for the games, open play games, is that a turnoff for you, or don't you give a shit?
It really depends on the players. Uh, you could agree to this too. Like, if there's like a bunch of good people that are playing and don't abuse it, it's a great time.
Yeah.
But then you got some people who all they do is just hold down the trigger the entire time from the game starts to the game ends. So it depends on the crowd for me.
it's like I've seen games where they asked, "You guys want to go full auto?" And I think it should be just my opinion, and I'm getting a little political here. It should be agreement by 100% of the players if you want to go full auto. If there's 3 or 4 people that don't want to do full auto, someone said to me, "Oh, you can sit out." Well, no, I'm there to play,
Yeah.
and if I say 3 of us don't want to go full auto, you're sort of like, like restricting us that we can't play that game because you. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but.
Well, nobody will allow me to shoot full auto on my sniper rifle.
Yeah, I'd like to see you shoot full auto on your sniper rifle. Now, slight switch of gears here. The funniest thing that you've ever done with your sniper rifle when you put that special tip on there.
Oh, I bought that like the tip that looks like the 50 for like the 50 cal.
Yeah.
And I always tell people that it gives me an extra 10 FPS to it, and some people believe me. It is hilarious.
I'd like, it makes the gun look funky, but 90% of the time you don't use it, right?
No, I hardly use it. Like I do it for laughs more than anything, but
what I'd like to try on your weapon, and we talked about this, is I have that Ace Tech flasher, like tracer unit that it flashes when you shoot, but it would actually give you away. I don't know if you'd want to be using that, but it would give a whole new dynamic to when you shoot.
Hey, I shouldn't miss.
Yeah.
That should be the last thing they see anyway.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up, and I have one more question for Rebel. Kevin?
Yep.
How long do you think you're still going to be playing Airsoft?
Oh boy. I hope I'll be playing as long as I can. As long as I'm physically able to play, I want to keep playing because it is just a fun sport. You meet a lot of great players, and when you find that right team, it's just a blast to play with.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to keep going for a couple more years. And in case anyone has ever seen my Facebook page, this is the man that always helps me with the buildings. And he has actually helped me structure with all the structures that we put up in my field. So, like, if you guys get a chance to check out the field pictures that I put up from time to time, you're going to have a blast. All right, Kevin, I appreciate you being on tonight, and hope you have a good night there, buddy, all right?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, take care now.
See ya.
All right.